This trip we're headed out to Paso Picacho. It's somewhere out between like Julian and Alpine.
So in Calaveras,
We had surprise guests all night and on into the next morning. So wifey wasn't a fan. I was having fun.
there's the broom.
The next morning was still pretty amazing. Another special guest.
Okay. You want a shovel? Well, side eye.
So after having some fun, getting right back into it, I was able to get a full side of paneling done at the campground. I started building the top lid. You can see it clamped down here. I didn't really film too much. I just got straight to it, threw the ABS on top, built some hinges, put some hydraulic jacks on it so it'll stay up, and then I had to build some clamps for the side to hold it down and lock it into place. I found some decent clamps on Amazon. I like the way that these worked. It gave me a lot of adjustability. I used riv nuts to put the lock into place. And then I riv nutted the actual lid where I put the latch, so now it's able to clamp down. Next, once I was done setting up the latch and that side was nice and secure, I did the other side. I didn't really film it. One's enough. So here you'll see the completed project. Latch works, we're all set. The next thing I did is I built a locking system to actually lock the latch to the gate. So I got some little metal flanges. It was basically the same thing that is the receiving side for the hitch on the lid. I had 4 of them, and when I was looking at a standard hitch lock, I was thinking I can probably make that fit through 4 of these. Put 2 on the gate, 2 on the lid, face them outside so that, you know, basically the lock can't be cut. Once I got them placed right, I welded everything on. I had to bore out the hole just a tiny bit to make sure that the lock was able to fit, but I just ground off enough so that it fit really tight. So when I close everything up and I latch it down, I throw in the lock, there is no movement from the back. Like, the fitment is really tight. So get everything back together. Here we go. Now you can see what it looks like. That's the hinge. Couple quick little B-roll shots, and then we get into replacing the floor. You'll see the front storage unit that I built to basically, you know, I wanted to put stuff in like chairs and such. I ended up using it as a workhorse to paint the new boards that I replaced. And then once I was done doing that, I wrapped ABS around the workhorse or storage unit. Here you'll see it attached. I actually mounted it to the frame of the trailer with some pretty heavy, I think like 5/8 bolts or maybe 1/2 inch. I get into building the top storage unit, and the same as the front storage, it's effectively just like a cage, steel, wrapped in ABS. I wanted to build an air dam that was similar to the way that semi-trucks are set up, you know, to push the air up and around the top of the tent, make it as aerodynamic as possible even though I'm driving a brick down the freeway. So here you'll see it mocked up. I had to clamp it in just to get everything nice and precise. I had to keep grinding down the sides to make sure that everything was going to fit well before I tacked it in. Here's just a bunch of different shots to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I pulled the skin off and I ended up welding on the cage. Here's a quick example of that. And then I clamped the cage back on so I can start setting my riv nuts and putting in the screws. So I'm glad I took a ton of footage while this thing was clamped together. I basically used all this footage to make sure that, you know, I can review it later. I can make sure everything lined up right. And then here we are dropping it back off at storage before I took it up the next weekend and then got everything screwed in. All the panels are on. We're gonna go have some fun. We went camping, and then when we were done, we came down here and we ended up burning up all the wood that was the old platform. It was so dry, it went up real fast. Once we were done, we headed back out to one of our favorite spots, William Heisey. Kind of missed that spot. It's just too far to drive to. Nice relaxing weekend. Just hanging out, me and some turkeys. Or vultures? I don't know. So here's another weekend. We went out to Mission Beach. And here's sometime after I moved. Here's some property out in the woods. Just having some fun in the bourbon. So I basically put everything to use. This is, you know, my first timber run. That's a Christmas tree I grabbed for myself up on top. Weather starts getting really cold. I mean, you can see the sunburn off the steam. And yeah, we just start using it, grabbing firewood every couple weeks. Made a nice routine out of this. Wifey's getting comfortable driving the truck with the trailer on, getting some practice out on the property. Nice and stocked up. It's all smiles. I ended up installing some LED lights, so basically I can either illuminate an area or get some light when I'm reversing. I actually have a camera mounted on the rear passenger corner of that lid, and it uses like a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi network, so I can actually see behind me when I'm backing up. Yeah, this thing provides a lot of illumination, a lot of light. There's just a couple projects I did, picking up some more and more logs, made a couple tables and matching benches. You know, now we have somewhere to hang out, have breakfast. And basically, as I planned out from the beginning, I finally reached the dream goal. We got to set up the turntables, I brought sound and the generator, I even brought my bikes out. It was an absolute blast over at my friend Jason's house. We partied, it was amazing. They had a massive slide down the hill, a bunch of really good people came out. I made a lot of new friends and family. And this is where we pretty much sum it up. This is the end of the build, and we're gonna get on to setting up a winch and, you know, picking up lumber for the winter. And, you know, as I say, I'll see you soon.